2017 was a year of downright viciousness, some folks say, with identity politics happening, most of it taking aim at President Trump.
His motives and his actions are contemptible, and I will fight every day until he is impeached.
President Trump did a tweet last night and a tweet this morning. Not presidential.
The president's fitness for office is something that is being called into question. I'm very worried about his fitness.
So will we see more division in 2018, or is there a chance for unity? Here to debate it, political analyst with Media DC, Ron Meyer, and Democratic strategist Mustafa Tameez. Thank you both for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. So, brand new year. Do we expect everybody's just going to get along now? What do you think, Ron? New year.
Well, it is a new year, and I think Americans deserve it. I think we deserve politicians who want to work in a bipartisan fashion, want to work together, don't want to be divisive. But the truth is that we do have something different, and because, frankly, it's going to be an election year, so we have reason to believe that it's not only going to get worse, it could get much worse, because really Democrats right now, you can see from these clips, the only thing that they're running on in 2018 is opposition to President Trump. And I think in 2017 that worked a little bit because his approval ratings were getting down, but ever since tax reform, it's been improving pretty dramatically. And so they're hoping for a 2010 but reversed, right? So they're hoping the opposition party wins. But here's the thing. In 2010, Republicans were running against Obamacare. They were running against a stimulus package that wasn't working. In 2018, so far, the economy is doing pretty well. Tax cuts have only sent his approval ratings up so far. And when people actually start seeing more money in their pocket, I don't think you're going to see the numbers continue to I think they're going to level, if not go up.
Something that could change, though, and we're told is on the agenda possibly right away, is this possible bipartisan agreement when it comes to DACA and immigration. So, Mustafa, I'll ask you that question. Do you see that on the horizon soon in the new year?
Yeah, I think that's coming right around the corner, as well as a number of other things. But in 2017, the President Trump has been more of a divider-in-chief than commander-in-chief, whether it's the NFL game or Charlottesville. He seemed to rather go for his Twitter account rather than, pick up the mantle for leadership. And he's continued to just attack and open up wounds in American politics that we haven't seen since the 60s. And I don't know what it'll take for him to drop his Twitter account and pick up the mantle of leadership and try to bring us together. But he hasn't done that yet.
But what do you think in terms of the things that he has accomplished, in terms of what Ron was just talking about? Because you can't deny the economy is doing pretty great right now.
Absolutely. Look, the economy has been all-time great. I mean, the stock market is in record numbers. Unemployment rates are low. He's building on what Obama had started. But the challenge is he's not tried to bring American people together. We've never been more divided as a nation since the 60s till now. And a lot of it, whether you support President Trump or not, you got to admit that it's coming from him because he is the leader of our nation.
Well, there's an opportunity to do that now, though, Ron, in terms of, immigration reform and DACA. And the budget, which is what's the deadline? January 19th, I believe it is, January 19th. Yep. So do you think that's a possibility to bring everyone together, both sides, Democrats, Republicans, the president as well?
Well, and it's also important to point out that Democrats supported building the wall, which is something President Trump ran on just as recently as a couple of years ago. And so coming up with a compromise on DACA should be pretty attainable because it's something there's stuff that both parties ought to support in there. And then the other big thing that we really need to look forward to, and President Trump's spoken a lot about this, is infrastructure. It's something that Democrats have said they support for a long time. I think Trump's going to be pushing this, and this is something that most, I think, conservative Republicans are skeptical of, but a lot of Democrats have been supportive of. And so we'll see if he's able to bring the Democrats on board. The problem is that I don't think it's in the Democrats' interest to deliver Trump any bipartisan wins, and so they're going to find excuses to vote against bipartisan legislation. And I think that's why you saw not one Democrat vote for tax reform, even though many of them ran on a lot of the principles that were in tax reform. If you look at Joe Manchin or these 9 other Democrats that represent states that Trump won, I think most of their constituents wanted them to vote for tax reform,
Joe
but they
Manchin
didn't.
was a surprise, actually, I think. Well, Ron and Mustafa, thank you both for joining us. Let's hope that everybody kind of maybe decides to do things in the best interest of their constituents and the American people moving forward to 2018.
We can hope.
Yeah. Thank you both for joining us this morning.
Happy New Year.
Have a great day.